screen sharing and stuff like that. Also,
We are live.
Oh,
So you're not screen sharing yet.
okay,
We'll wait
good
to
to
see if
know.
anyone shows up. Are you
Cool.
feeling prepped and ready? You did all your homework on top of, all of your other things?
No, I didn't do all my homework. I
Oh,
did some homework, and I think it will be liked. But I didn't do some of the stuff I really wanted to have done to like make today easier. So we'll still have to build some blocks.
you're that A+ kid that just feels like you never do enough.
Yeah, probably.
There are other people in the world that are like, D's get degrees.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
thinking hard
we did
about that
okay.
one.
I've made some changes. So like it's not like I didn't do anything. I could get a D right now.
You would not get a
Also,
D. You'd
D's
get an
don't get
A.
degrees. I had to have a C plus to pass classes.
In all of them or an average? A D will
No,
not ruin you.
I had to, if it was a required class, like not an elective, you had to have a C plus or better. Ask me how I know.
We can't do that. We can't jump into that. I love a good side conquest, but today is not the day. Okay, so we're working on a homepage. We've got 2 people here, and I'm excited to see what you've made. Can I go ahead and throw your screen in here?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. There we go.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay.
Cosmopolitan, you're so pretty.
Yeah, I still kept Cosmo. I almost went and changed this, and then I was like, Hannah will get so mad at me if I spend time making a Feature Fest logo. I will get in trouble.
There's that little green circle that we have that I've been using on some promo stuff. It wasn't good enough for you. Yeah, okay.
No, it's
No,
not
we're
good.
just
I was
gonna
gonna
move
make
on,
it needed to match all the aesthetics that were available here,
obviously.
obviously. Okay, but I did come in here and I made some changes. I ended up changing the headings back to a sans serif because I just needed it in my heart. And I gave it a little bit prettier of a sans serif. I fixed buttons so that they don't have to be this lowercase serif font. And then you said you didn't like the pink, so I made you a new pink.
Ooh,
I thought you would like that one better.
that is my pink.
Yeah. And it still like works with white on it, so we're good. I was feeling not in love with the site, so I changed some details. I made these kind of like pre-headers have a little bit more letter spacing, and I changed them to the lowercase serif. I ended up adding drop shadows behind pretty much every single image on the site. And then I also added those same drop shadows behind buttons to make just basically images pop and buttons pop. Like those are what people are going to want to click on.
Yeah.
So you'll see I've just like implemented those minor changes, rounded these corners, added the background. The prettier pink is here. It's so nice.
It is so nice. Thank you.
And then I changed one of our light grays to like this tannish color that's so.
Oh, you lined up the as seen on. That's really just all I needed in life. It propped up top was killing me. I don't know
You
why.
needed that? I gave
did.
it to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey guys,
So-
I can't see who's all's in here, and I want to be able to ask for feedback or at least just get a feel for like who's in here and what they like. So Christopher, you said hello. If anyone else is watching, please like say hey, throw your name in the chat, say anything. Yes, Laura. I don't want to be like, oh, Laura's not here. We don't need Moody Greens, and then it turns out you are here all along. So yeah, throw your name in the chat. Let me know who's here.
Yeah, we always need darker colors. And I felt better, like I felt like I could lean into some of the feminine aspects of this site more once I removed the header serif.
Oh, hi, Eden. Good to see you.
Ooh,
New
Eden's
person.
new.
Well, new to the live stream. There's a chance that you've been here before after we posted, but exciting to see you here live in the middle of the action. Okay, so I feel like it's feminine without being too much. I don't know though, I'm a pink person. So
I
the
also
pinks are really talking to my heart.
there's some stuff I was like it'll be easier for me to change this to be like less girly and more like bold later. So yeah, I basically just rounded more of the images and added some drop shadows and changed all this font, and I feel like that went a long way. So I'm personally feeling a little more like ready to move with this one. I simplified our footer and changed this a little bit. I did do some rounded corners, but like overall, did I do the homework I said I was going to do before today's live? No. Do I
Yes,
think that the site is looking a little more polished and workable? Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. Okay.
Okay. So
Homepage.
today, sorry, Hannah, did I interrupt you?
We both spoke at the same time very excitedly. I said homepage and you were introing nicely
Yes.
something. So today.
Yes, today I feel like is a really big day because we're going to actually build out a page, and we've been building these blocks, and we've got some stuff that we're going to work with, but I want to show like how versatile things can be to just like change out. And I think that there's already been like a good like visual idea of how that works based on me building things. But we're going to like create a specific page. So I know I mentioned that we were going to do Julie's husband's site and kind of redo his homepage. I think that's one we can do. I wasn't sure if we wanted to take another site. I mean, there's only so much I can do, but have like a different site that we wanted to draw inspiration from, and maybe just try and do 2 homepages today where we just build those using the new visuals.
I would love to use some blogging inspo. As much fun as home inspections are, I would like to pull anyone's site inspo over there.
Do we want to do just like a generic, here's what a homepage could look like? Or do we want to pull a specific site and kind of play with their ideas?
Oh, Eden said, what about lemon blossoms? Lauren loves Kathy at Lemon Blossoms, so this is exciting.
I do.
You just spoke to her soul.
I was like, what? That site? This old site? Okay.
This one that I get to redesign and play with so regularly?
Yes.
I'd love to.
Kathy does let me play with her site quite often. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to create a new page. And we're going to have this be like our blog homepage demo. So we'll just publish that real quick and open it. And now this is what a page by default would look like. It's got no content. Don't worry, we can use, oh no, here's my cupcake Ipsum.
Eden also says that she said, I also like Isabel Eats.
I love Isabel Eats.
Another one that we're a big fan. We got made fun of by some of our clients that we were consulting with because we kept referring to Isabel like she was Madonna or a celebrity. Like, have you heard of Isabel?
Yeah.
Super fun. You're listing off the best sites.
Okay. So I just want to show you, this is a plain page. We've created it. There's nothing in it right now. Remember, we haven't like styled pages really. So we don't have like this, I'll make it prettier in the future. Like this is just a plain page that has had nothing done to it. And then we talked about, I think yesterday, you can go into template, swap template, and then we're going to change it to this landing page title. It's going to get rid of the breadcrumbs and the title so that we can start with like, we'll keep the header and footer, but like everything else is going to be landing page that we create. I'm going to save that and then we will refresh this and you'll see now it's just content. And that sits up here because it's expecting that you're going to put like a pretty block there. So we're going to do that. So we're going to use Lemon Blossoms as like a guide for kind of going through here. But of course, we're going to make it look like our own site. And some of these blocks like we have, but we haven't styled yet. So we'll do that just because that was essentially my homework yesterday. I was supposed to style the remaining blocks. I did not do that. I instead focused on polishing the design because that felt important to me. So we will have to do some new blocks. And then because we have not put the blocks anywhere where we can automatically insert them, let me show you what I mean by that. Remember, we've been going into the plus button patterns, and then we've been using these 3 creator sections to pull in the default, like unstyled patterns. Now we have some of these that have been styled, but they haven't been put into this organization yet. We're going to do that later. And so because of that, we can't insert them using this inserter. Instead, we're actually just going to copy paste them from where we've created them, or we're going to be creating them from scratch. So this is a good disclaimer, because you will not have to copy paste pretty blocks from other pages. Like, you will be able to just insert them using this pattern inserter. However, we haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, is that something that we're going to go over in pattern day? Do we have a pattern and template day later?
So yes. Yeah, we have a patterns and starting patterns day. I don't know which day that is. We'd have to look at the landing page. But we do have that, where we'll talk about like patterns, how we can add patterns into these sections, how we can remove patterns from those sections, the difference between patterns and synced patterns, and then like starting patterns, which we're going to put in the theme, but we'll talk about the techie stuff of that later as well.
All wildly over my head. In Lauren's opinion, my toxic trait is that I always just go to patterns creator and pick from those 3 that she styled really pretty. And I'm like, no, this is fine. It works. Like, this does what I need it to. And I don't add anything to it.
But they're like the default patterns. Like I didn't give her a custom site where she has a whole bunch of pretty patterns. They're just like the plain ones that we've been restyling throughout this process.
She calls them so plain, but like they work better than most things I do. Like, I'm used to having to creating a column and then throwing an image in, and this already has it nicely like spaced out. It works well on mobile. Anyway, okay, so homepage. What needs to be included in a homepage for a site to be successful? I ask ChatGPT this all the time.
Dang, I was trying desperately to copy all those blocks at once so we could just rearrange them.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, so on a homepage, you're usually going to have people that are coming to your homepage either because they searched your name directly, and so they are a return user, or because they came to a like recipe of yours, and then they're coming to your homepage to learn, see what's there. So they'll just click on your logo and it brings them back here. So really there's 2 main, that is 100% of your visitors, but like you have to consider the 2 different reasons people would come there, which is either they're brand new and they know nothing about you, or they know you and they're looking for something specific. So we kind of have to include both like who we are, but also like, hey, if you're here for something specific, get it. This is my top type of content. So on a homepage, you're going to want an H1. Some of our clients will choose not to have an H1, or they'll put it lower down or something like that. But one thing I definitely recommend is that we figure out how to get an H1 at the top of your page for accessibility, for SEO, for people that have opinions to not tell you that you are doing so many wrongs in your life by not having an H1. So we're going to put an H1 on the top of your site. It's going to be some sort of headline, probably not the same as your tagline, because some people actually display their tagline. So you can see that this is like repeated here. Kathy really, really hates this and wants me to change it desperately. And so for you guys, we're not going to make it your headline, or sorry, your tagline. We're going to give you some specific header. I see a lot of people like to do these categories up top. So we could do something like that, but I've done different things before where we might build authority or do like a bio block or something like that, depending on your brand and your audience. Even if we don't do that at the top, we definitely want a bio block somewhere on your homepage. Definitely want a search bar. If we're not doing drop downs in your header, we probably want some sort of more advanced category options, whether that is a drop-down navigation or it is like listing some more categories in various ways. Like she's got categories up top and then she has more categories here to get those links and to get people to that content. And then we're definitely going to do recent posts just to keep your homepage fresh. So those might just be like the latest posts that you have, or they might be like from your top categories. And the cool thing about this page is we can change it seasonally. We can make it as long or as short as we want. And we can like rearrange things based on what we think is performing well, or we need to like emphasize the importance of. We can do some sort of opt-in here. Even if you don't have an opt-in, I do recommend just putting some sort of sign up on your homepage. I think when we looked at Erin's kitchen yesterday, she got a decent amount of signups, like just from her homepage. Let's look at that again. Just here, stay updated. Like there's not some specific opt-in. There's not like anything special, I guess. It just like it is to stay updated and it's pretty upfront. And so people can sign up there. So I'd recommend that we do that, especially seeing that she was getting some good numbers from this. Where's Lemon Blossoms? What else does she have? We just really, this is just like a way to vary showing recent
Yeah, I feel like she
content.
has so many photos and yet it all looks different. You're not seeing a lot of the same thing back to back, which is nice.
And depending on your audience, I know one thing Kathy wanted to do was she wanted to have like a very long scroll where like people were just getting a lot of recipes if they're coming to her homepage and they don't know what they're looking for. They're just like a lot of suggestions. And so only at the bottom, like after we have all of those, do we have her bio, and we've got some stuff by skill,
I love that
testimonials.
skill level section.
Yeah. Like here at the bottom is where we're trying to do more of maybe not the skill so much, but this bio, the recommendations, and the as seen on, that's all like authority building. So I think I would like, in my choice, I'd probably disperse that some more as I'm building out our demo page. Give us some like, just kind of pepper that in there. So I'm going to try and get these to copy. Cool. And then let's start building some of that. I'm going to delete these columns. Those were all things we created to use inside of a post. So we'll just create something new if we need something that's kind of widespread. Okay. So we haven't done any manual content, have we? Let's go with the like pretty traditional. I feel like having 4 categories at the top is pretty traditional. A lot of people have this, so I think it's really familiar. So we're going to do some sort of header for the site. We're going to do 4 manual features underneath, and those are no. Sorry, guys.
Was that your favorite dog?
I believe both dogs are actively barking right now, and I'm going to throw them out of the room if you'll give me just a second. All right,
That's
puppies,
so fun.
let's go. Out. All out. Mars, out. I almost warned that was going to happen. Like I almost said, by the way, guys, my dogs might bark. I'm in a new location and everything's scary to them here.
Same.
Okay, so these manual sections at the top, they can be categories, but you can really switch them up, and they can also be like your bio or start here. Sorry, not necessarily your bio, because it's just going to be a text and an image. It could go to your about page, to a start here page, to a sign up page. I don't know what play party plan did. Okay, so hers are going to categories. She does have hers set up for categories. But some of them we've seen, like you see with Erin here, we have like basically categories here and then a bio. About link. So we'll be able to do any of that. So I'm gonna outline what I want to do for these blocks. We're gonna do manual 4 column. I want to do a subscribe, latest posts, bio. Ooh, I need more categories on here. Manual 4 column, subscribe. Maybe before latest posts. I might do categories, a bio, video. No, not a video. Something here. Video, latest posts.
I want something here to be like a seasonal category.
Something here to be a seasonal category?
Yeah, like Valentine's Day is coming up. I want Valentine's Day there. Oh,
Okay.
readers' favorites. Yeah. Sorry, Laura said that.
Sorry. As seen on post by category. I just had something. Oh, I want testimonials. I don't know if I like it there specifically. If I do a video, I might want testimonials under that. Latest post is so far down. I'm really not sure that matters though, because honestly, I have clients that are kind of torn on whether they do latest posts at all. It's probably going to depend on your audience on whether you want latest posts and where you put those. If you get most of your traffic from new sources, so they're coming from Google or Pinterest or something like that, they're not return visitors, then they're probably not looking for like latest posts, they're looking for curated posts. And then in that case, like having latest posts on your site isn't really going to mean anything to them. If you have a lot of repeat people, on the other hand, like if you have a following and they've been following you for years, then that's where I definitely see people want sequential stuff.
Yeah. Christopher said testimonials near reader favorites would make sense.
True. But I feel like reader favorites are probably going to end up being sort of similar. Okay, well let's play with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the blocks that we have and move them where they make sense, if relevant. So like this one's going to make a lot of sense as the bio, which of course I have no clue which paragraph the bio is. Okay, so our call to action. We're going to do this as the bio. We also need brand logos. I'm going to combine that somehow, I think. We have a separator. We can delete that for now. We'll bring back separators as needed. This is probably going to be testimonials or reader favorites. Let's do underneath here for testimonials. And then where did we have categories? This right here. Categories. Okay, that's a start. Remember that I'm going to insert stuff here, but in an ideal world, I would have already styled these blocks and you would not have to actually style the way I'm going to.
Okay, so I did want to ask in the manual 4 columns, do you guys want to try to throw something else in there, or do we just want 4 categories up top? Lauren, do you have a preference? Do you think it matters? I mean, seeing Erin's kitchen with the photo for really authority is kind of nice.
So you know what I did not put is that we obviously need that H1. So better for H1, I'm going to use this one probably. I don't think it matters because it's manual content, so you'll be able to change it out for whatever you want. Like I'm still going to just put filler content in it.
Filler content, my fave.
Some cupcake content. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Julie.
Okay, we need.
Eden said, "What about posts instead of categories?" So you can totally put those up top if you wanted, like your 4 top performing posts, or.
Yeah. So basically, though, like I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna style this to look like a little bit different. And if you were to use your 4 top posts, you probably wouldn't want to use this particular block because you have to do everything manually. Versus if I use, I'm looking for one of these blocks, these use a query loop. And so they can pull in posts automatically, either the latest post or you can pick 4 like specific posts. You can say 4 posts by category. This one's just going to be easier to maintain because then it'll automatically pull in the image and title and you wouldn't have to. So if we were to do posts as this very first block, I would just either use one of those existing post blocks or we can style one that's going to look similar to whatever we create right here.
Eden, I'm going to throw a link in for Query Loop Post Selector. It's a free plugin that we've made, and that does allow you, so like the Query Loop has other options, but this plugin will help you if you want to use a query loop to choose specific posts later on. So I'm sending a link now while Lauren picks and chooses and styles fun things.
Yeah. We've got testimonials, latest posts. Okay, and post by category. So basically at the end, I just have I have these post blocks, and we're gonna look into that later. Okay, so first things first, what does this site look like on the front end? I don't know if I'll use this. I was thinking about using, I think we did this on Isabel's site. Yeah, so she has this like, this is her H1, Mexican food recipes, and then it has a link to go to her recipe index. I don't know that that would look as good on our site because we already have all of these links right directly underneath.
I still really like it.
You do? Let's play with it
Yeah,
then.
especially with that bold background that Isabel has. I think it would be a nice way to split all the the colors up, you know.
I should have put my text in earlier. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Make the background Hannah's favorite color.
Thanks.
Probably this one. I'm going to try not to get too caught up on details, but watch that quickly not be something I'm very successful at.
You're just doing the fast clicks. It's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so this would be our H1 example.
I like it. I think it's fine. I almost. Do we want the title to be more bold somehow?
I can make it bigger.
Thank you.
I want this to be a little more space. Make the text a little larger. Honestly, I feel like for us, we could get rid of that and do a description.
I'm attempting to trust the process, but I loved the side by side earlier.
Did
Look
you?
at that center alignment. Who are you?
It's just
what
for the
monster have
hair.
I created? It's weekend vibes. Weekend vibes. Lauren does things like pink and centering text to make Hannah happy. We should only do live streams on Saturdays.
On Saturdays when I'm like, you know what? Just make her happy.
Just shut her up.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I missed the button. I liked it better with the button. Like you can see all those categories, but then like here's my tagline and check out all of my recipes. I felt like that was nice.
All right, so you don't like it having like the extra text to describe the page. This would be good for SEO.
I want to say I'm no name drop SEO, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say no.
Okay, let me just undo.
Just click back a lot.
Almost there. Okay. Can I make it this? Can I keep it this tall, or do you not like that now?
I mainly just, and you're going to be so frustrated with me. Can caramels just say all recipes?
I knew.
You knew. We've worked together for too long. Thank you. I feel better.
That's all she needed.
Immediate relief. All of your spacing problems, that's on you.
Yeah.
I just needed it to make sense.
All right. Now it makes sense. We're going to make this the actual title. There you go. Okay. Now that we've done that for Hannah, we're going to do manual content for me. I am going to not have a title description over this particular section, so I just deleted that from this. I'm just going to work with these categories, and because they're not like going to be a specific, like I could have had the title say like by protein, and then I could list specific categories like chicken, beef, pork, seafood, right? But because, and then this would say like view protein landing page. But because I don't want to do that up here, I'm just going to delete all of that and then work on styling this and adding some content that we like to it. So I'm really just
You're even choosing different pictures for each one.
Yeah, it's only because there's like 4. If there was more than 4, I'd be like, nope, you guys have to have all the same picture. Okay, so here's the shadow that I've been adding. There's a shadow setting. I've enabled it, adding it. These are headings, but I'm probably going to change these to I'm probably going to change these to buttons, actually. We'll restyle it, don't worry. We need the border radius that we apply to our images, and I'm basically thinking whether I want these to be like portrait or keep them square. In general, something I learned from Melissa Rose Design is she really prefers square images, and I asked her why, and she talked about it being because like on mobile, then you could see more content as you scrolled, and I do like that, but because I initially went into this theme thinking that I wanted it to be very like video friendly, I think I'm going to stick with portrait here. And so I'm going to set this image aspect ratio to portrait. Cool. Now remove some of the spacing here, and then let's style this button. Oh, sorry. Let me use fun words. And then something I wanted to do today actually is the way that I'm styling content, like that I can quickly style something the way I like, is clicking on these yellow icons. I'm planning on adding some more of those in based on just like commonly used styles that we have. So instead of, if you were to create something from scratch and you wanted it to look similar to something that's used consistently throughout the site, having a yellow button you can just click on. Because for me, that would be like setting these font settings that I'm constantly doing.
That'd be lovely. So fancy.
Right? It just makes life easy. I don't expect people to use it that often, but like the people that do use it,
It's
just
gonna
going to
feel
be so
good.
much easier.
Yeah.
It's going to be worth it. Oops, sorry. Okay. Change these to paragraph and then button. We can actually probably just copy paste this. Carols. Okay, look, we've used those words. And then, like we did the past few days, we're going to style this. Aspect ratio does not get copy pasted, so I get the joy of clicking this.
So fun.
Okay. A lot of places I have more space between the images, so I think I'm going to just revert that to have the extra space again. But I kind of like this just the way it is. Like we could get really colorful here, but I feel like with having that header really colorful, like this just looks really clean.
I like it.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to do a subscription right after because Erin showed us that if you do a subscription, you might get really good opt-ins.
Cool. Yes, Laura said she likes it.
Nice. And then, did we delete our subscription form? We definitely did.
Yeah, is that gone forever? He was so cute.
No, he's not gone forever. He's on another page. But now I have to re-add styles, which I don't love for myself. Text, accent.
But you're so fast at clicking.
I'm the best clicker. It always impresses Hannah. My clicking skills are unrivaled. Okay, this is a subscription area. Oh, I have one in the footer that looks way similar to this. I should do something different. So in the footer, I ended up just changing it to be simpler. I didn't keep the bio in there. It was overwhelming me. And so it's kind of like section with a pulled out image. And I don't want it to look exactly the same on the homepage, so we're gonna do a different one.
With Erin's, can you show me that again? Does she have one in her footer as well as on her homepage?
So right now she has this on her
Stay
homepage,
updated.
and then she's got this smaller one in her footer.
Okay.
But the one that I put in our footer right now is like full width. And so I just don't want to repeat it, you know?
Yeah.
So that needs to be a different color. And then button. Light blue. All right, we're going to try black. And then just for consistency, I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing to all of the other images. Oh no. All right, we're just going to change how this works. No big deal.
What happened?
I can't give a call to action rounded corners on the image, but I feel like that's essential to our brand. So I'm just going to change how this block is created. Start over. So now instead of using the media text block, which like handles having an image side by side with text, we're doing it the harder way and having columns. Ultimately, your audience wouldn't be able to tell, but I feel like it's just like a little bit. I don't know if I want to say clunkier.
Your developer will be haunted by it.
I mean, I'm not haunted by it.
We'll roll her eyes and then move on.
I won't roll my eyes either. Get out of here. You know what? This is a problem. We're not going to fix that right now. Ooh, look at how ginormous that is. What do I want to do? Well, first of all, I want to pretend like that's a header. We're going to make this column smaller, maybe like 32%. Don't worry, it's a multiple of 4, guys. That's looking nicer. We're going to pull it off to the top a little, I think.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're going to center this content.
Of course.
Of course.
She loves centering today. It's Saturday.
No, we're not going to center it. We're up, down center, not left, right center.
Okay.
I know I'm moving quickly because I don't think any of these are things that matter. Okay, so this one is going to get a negative top margin. And to compensate for that, we need to make sure it has a positive top margin. Wrong place on the parent group. And then to actually get it to pull off, remove that.
Cool.
But if we remove that, we're seeing no padding here. So I'm wondering how I want to handle that. You guys don't have to think about this stuff at all, just for the record. I don't know if I like this. We might undo this. Actually, that doesn't look bad.
I like it.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that looks good, and it goes with the brand and like aesthetic that we're working with.
Yeah.
Okay. Just imagine how much easier this would have been, guys, if I had done my homework. Categories. We like the 9. Do we want a header above this?
Can it just be the pictures?
That's basically what I was thinking too. So we can delete this group right here completely if we don't want any of that text. I feel like this looks really good. One thing you do have to be aware of though is, and this is me being extra, because we removed the header, like if someone were using a screen reader, they would see the header for the subscription, and then they wouldn't know that there were categories included under that subscription header. So like for accessibility, is it ideal? No. Will it work anyway? Yes. Like if you say like subscribe now and then you have this content and then you don't have a header before these categories, like anyone with a screen reader would just be confused that categories are now being listed.
Should we throw just a heading up top then for reasons? I definitely don't want the description, and I would want the header to be
Smaller.
very straight and to the point. Like browse by category or something.
Can I left align it?
Of course you can, darling. You do what you want.
Hold. We
I
can
like
do
it like
something.
that.
I can work with this.
Okay.
I don't know if we need it to be full width. I definitely don't like it that small.
I am so blind. Like I know it's there, but I need it in my face more.
Yeah. I also was thinking that. Oh no, I goofed something.
Goof.
You can't see my color change. How did I do that? This worked the other day.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a height set to it, and instead I'm using a border because I thought that would look nicer. Can I set a border on this? Okay. For the, I don't think I'm going to redo. I could hack it, but I don't think that's worth doing. I'm going to have to change some code because I messed this up yesterday. And I don't want to hack it. I kind of want to hack it. You know I do.
No, don't hack it. Eden did just say though that my music is really loud, so I am pausing or muting as much as possible right now. And
Okay.
sorry, Eden, I'm at a public Starbucks.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now. I'm gonna add a little bit more space here and then leave these really light lines. But I will figure out why those aren't letting me change the color. I think I changed some code yesterday that messed it up. And so I'll play with it afterwards. But I do think we can, I think that just like adds a little bit, whether they're short, if you can see them at all, they're really short, or we can do them this full width. And I feel like it'll go a long way. The alternative would be to like, so real quick, let me show you. The alternative would probably be to do a background on this header. Gotta add dimensions, padding. something like that. And then if we got rid of the separators, I feel like that adds a little bit where it's not just like text hanging out by itself. But personally, I prefer the separators. So I'm just going to fix it so that you can actually set the color you want on a separator. I know what I was trying to do. I was trying to make it so you could change so you could change the size of it, but that was goofy and I'm no longer going to do that. Okay, let me make this one prettier. It changed when I changed out the settings. Ooh, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And I do not want the arrow on it.
Laura says she likes the separators.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. I do too. Okay, I like this as our browse by category. You could we can make another section like this that doesn't have 9. Like, let me just show you how easy that is for us to do. If I duplicate this section, and then instead of having 9 items in here, I keep 6 of them. When I select this grid, I can say, instead of having 9 columns, just give me 6. So on desktop and on tablet, I'll have 6, and then on mobile, I'll have 3. That gives it like this totally different look. And you can pretty easily play with that. I love the 9 because I like seeing like a symmetric grid here. And so that's why I choose 9. But you can still do 6. And even with 6, like you could do 3 rows of 2 if you wanted it to like everything to be bigger. So I can include both of those, but for the purposes of our home page, I'm just going to keep our 9. Okay, so bio and as seen on, I'm going to actually fill out this. Do I want to fill out this bio? We'll just say meet Julie, since we used her as our example the other day. And then add a little paragraph here, learn more, start here, makes sense. And then I want to integrate. Actually, I don't know if I like it directly under this.
Include both what, Laura? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, I think she's asking about, I created the versions of browse by category that have 9 columns or 6 columns.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So I deleted the 6 column one from this page, but I need to recreate it so that I can make a pattern that can be inserted easily.
Okay. Yep. She says 9 and 6. Perfect. You knew.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to group these 2. And then I think I'm going to use a border above and below. Border 2 pixels. Let's try this darker color, see what it looks like. It's too dark. We have too dark or we have too light. And I don't really like the border directly under this. So you know what I'm going to do is undo what I've done. Just ungroup this. I'm going to take one of these post sections and throw it up here. Ooh, I want a pink one. Do I want a pink one? I definitely
want a pink one.
Oh my goodness. 1 second. This is the pink one I want. I'm going to cut that.
Pretty.
Paste it here.
Okay.
Okay, so then we'll do some sort of recent post here. We can actually fill this out later if we want to. And then that will go into our Meet Julie section.
That's cute.
I always set the margin top on my blocks to large. And I'll probably have all of the patterns default to that as well, just because like inside of the group, the spacing is medium. And so I just want the spacing like between each row to just be a little bit larger for more like white space and visual differentiation. So like you can see it just moved down a little. I like that.
Every pixel matters,
It does.
but only in increments of 4.
For our bio, can I put the brand logos in here? I'm definitely putting the brand logos in here.
They're so tiny.
I'm gonna fix it. 3, 3, 3. Look, they look better already.
Asino needs to go away.
I know. They also just need to be like slightly a different color. I need to close some tabs. Hold on. This is driving me crazy. We'll just move it over here for the moment. Let's keep this. Okay. But I want it to have as seen on still. I just want them to be stacked, I think, even though Hannah doesn't like stacking things. You're gonna like it, don't worry.
It's better than it was full width, but I still have thoughts.
Is that actually small? It is. I feel like it needs to be.
Maybe just not bold. Maybe.
What if I just like. What if we did that? I haven't done that in a ton anywhere else on the site, so I don't know if I love using it here, but I feel like it tends to work well with brand stuff, with logos. It needs to be shorter, so it's not taller than the image. We hate it, don't we?
Can the image just be taller?
The image can just be taller.
Do you like when I say just about things I have no idea about?
No, but, you know, I put up with it.
Thanks, boo. Now it needs to push down a little. Add some padding. It's going to be fine.
So you want more space between this?
I think, I don't know. Maybe even like the Meet Julie paragraph needs like more line spacing.
There's just like something off, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know that I want to add shadow to this because I feel like it pops unnecessarily.
That's too much. I like how it like, it's just nicely hidden in there.
Okay, definitely looks better flat. I like it with the rounded corners. Obviously the pink's not going to work. Even if I did a different color, it's just too much. Like if the icons were a different color. I think this would look okay if we changed these icons or if we move them somewhere else.
Make the icons colorful?
What color do you want them to be? There's already so much color in this block.
I like it. What do you guys think? Is it too busy?
I would prefer to do a light blue.
Okay.
So like learn more was the bright color and then everything else was light blue.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have like this authority piece, but I like that we have this really large image.
Yep.
Of like, here's who I am. Okay, so we can include
Laura
this as one of the bio
yes.
blocks.
Okay, actually, she just said yes, but when I read that.
So you're adding the inflection.
She has an ES, but I'm reading it with a lot of A's and S's. Yes.
Okay.
That's cute.
We're going on to seasonal category, reader favorites. Oh, I totally did this backwards where I thought it was going to be manual, but it actually, I think I would do reader favorites as manual.
Eden says it looks great.
Yeah, I like it.
It looks great. I have to read them all like that now, right?
Yeah, except for it's starting to sound a little sarcastic.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's what we could do for the seasonal category slash reader favorites. I'll kind of explain what I think I'm setting up here. So reader favorites, you could easily use just like this block, for example, or the blue one, whatever. Like add a little bit of color and then have it be reader favorites and then use like, this is all manual content up here. So this could say like, we love these reader favorites, and then like, whatever your SEO text is here to describe it. And then you can choose the posts and then link them probably just to your recipe index, unless you have a category set aside for like top posts. So that would be a really easy way to do reader favorites without using any sort of like manual block. However, I'm going to create us a manual block for reader favorites because I want to be able to do testimonials and reader favorites that look different, but they're both manual so that you can change the kind of the words here. So the benefit of doing a block like this where you can just select the posts is that it's super low effort, but because everything's being pulled in automatically, like these post titles are always going to be the same. And you can't add like something specific about that post. And so I want us to do some sort of reader favorites, or I'm thinking we'll list like the top 3 posts. But then in addition to being able to set a custom post title and like optionally use an image or not, that is the featured image, like we could use any image that we wanted. We could add in like top viewed on Pinterest, shared 600,000 times, has over, 40 comments, something
I
like
love
that.
that.
Yeah, so that's what I think I want to build here is like I think it'll be fun to use the numbers. But I want to do something that's more of a manual type of feature.
To me, the idea of being able to use a Pinterest image or even like a high performing Instagram image is nice versus being trapped into the featured post image.
Okay, so do you definitely want me to put an image in here?
I do. I always want pictures.
I think I want to, that's cool because I want to play with it.
Thank you. Guys, chime in. If you think images are the wrong move, now is your moment. But
No.
we're adding images. My fun pancakes that make me hungry.
Where'd you get these images from? Just like Google?
Canva.
Canva. You know you're not allowed to export them, right?
Oh, I put our logo behind it and then I do it anyway.
I have also cheated, so that's how I know that it's cheating.
If you haven't cheated the system, are you even trying? Thank you. We have 2 votes for image.
And then we have some SEO text. We'll reuse that elsewhere.
Our top 3 recipes, that feels so professional. I wanted to just say readers' favorites. You're like, Hannah, content doesn't matter. What are you doing?
It doesn't matter, so I do hate you a little bit for that. I think
That's a
direct
brand
headers are
discussion.
better, so I also like my header more.
Okay.
And also, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Oh no.
Woo.
I know. I hate it.
Number 1 is really feeling herself. She's bad and she knows it. I can't stop.
Okay, and we're gonna use some black magic. Margin top, 20 negative.
But hey, if you bought the Feature Fest theme, you get this black magic.
You do. Is going to be too much. Ooh, it won't let me do negative on the right hand side. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let me just see what it looks like on a large screen. Oh, it looks ginormous. I don't like it. 'This is only for height. I can fix that. No, I don't have any width settings. I'm starting to get a little nervous that I have too many opinions about this and that I'm not spending our time well.
Okay.
Because I want to make it look a certain way, and it's definitely going to take me more than a little bit of time to do that, and we're at an hour. So let me, can we just like fill this out, and I'm going to leave it ugly and we'll make it pretty later so I can move on to another block so we can like continue.
I think what you've currently done is pretty enough. Like just copy number 1 to the other 2. We're gravy.
Okay. I mean, I'm agree to disagree.
Yes, that cake carrot really did it for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Two, three, save. I'm not
Did you
leaving
pick
it like-
Marzipan because of the name of your dog?
I did not pick that, but my dog is named Mars, and I call him Marzipan a lot. Mars bars and Marzipan.
It made me happy. I thought it was intentional.
No.
Much like Reader's favorite, Mars is her favorite dog.
He is, and some people are a little judgy that I have a favorite dog.
A little, yeah.
A little. Okay. I'm going to do this one. Actually, I'm going to steal this subscribe we did and just rework it from there. I feel like that's going to be the quicker way. For our video, we're going to do a dark background again. This is not going to be pulled up the way it is currently. And then we're just going to have text on the right with a button. But this needs to be great. Let's see what comes up on Lauren's YouTube.
Oh.
Okay. Mostly music. I'm very interested to know what this, because I don't think I watched that. But it's too risky to watch on video. So we're definitely just going to embed this music. Just to be fair, this is the Once Couple channel, Hannah, so you could have watched that.
Oh, yeah. The Chill Hop Radio is definitely me.
No, this is, yeah, this is probably you too. I wanted credit for this one.
Yeah, there's a very good chance that it's all
embed video, save. What do I look like? It needs to be bigger. And why? Oh, because I still have this. Okay, so we're going to make this column larger again. I really want this video to be like giant. Video.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I was thinking? I was like, I should put a little play button here. But we definitely
obviously learned.
We looked at not putting the play button there.
Can you put the play button and then actually link it to the video? Is that too far? Too much?
Yeah, you're asking for way too much.
Oh, because it wouldn't be an embed and it would send them elsewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't like this gray background.
You picked that gray.
I know.
Just embrace your true colors and go pink.
Freaking pink. It needs more white space. We're almost there. I do think this could use an icon. And so we're just going to steal this other one for now. We're just going to steal this icon.
Okay.
And we're going to throw it up here and left align it. Obviously it's on pink, so this needs to be a pink button now.
So pink.
So pink.
Lark says not pink.
Wait, who says not pink?
Laura.
Of
We
course.
know you want moody greens. Look, we're just gonna have to style a different child theme for you.
No, we
We'll
don't
just
have to
let you
style a
put your
different one.
new-
We're gonna turn this one into like not what it is. It's gonna be great.
Yep. We'll give
Okay,
you your moody
so
greens.
here's something that's good to know, because this will be something that you want to do periodically, is if you have a group, like two groups side by side like this. Here, you can look at them on the front end. Let me remove testimonials. They've got this white gap here. You probably either want them to actually be side by side. These really don't have enough contrast for that, but I'll show you how to do that. And then alternatively, to remove the background on sections that have it. So I'm going to show you how to do both of those. So we're going to start by just giving this a little bit more contrast. We're going to change it to that gray I said that I didn't love. And then if I want that to actually sit up nested on the pink, then I need to go into this like top level group and remove the margin top. Just set it to none. And that puts them perfectly like flush together. So anytime you want colored sections that are right next to each other, just remove that margin top, set it to 0, you're good to go. Now let's say that we want to keep the margin top. We don't like these colors side by side. Then what we're going to do instead is we're just going to remove the background, and then we can remove that top bottom padding. And I am going to change this one a little bit, you'll see, but like now we have a normal section again. Of course, we're missing those like pretty white backgrounds. So in that case, I'm going to just come in here and add color to them again. So I just kind of inverted the colors on that.
Cute.
And then I have that contrast again that I wanted. Oh, and then we just have posts. So we're at the bottom of this, right? Post with background. This is all content that I ended up getting elsewhere. So let me refresh this real quick. I would reorder this. I would do.
I love this feature. Just clicking the little up arrow.
Yeah. I would
Moving
move
everything
this section
around.
up one. And then I have a white background. This goes into a section. This has a line on the top of it. So I would do another white. I would keep this last section white. And so basically I would just delete one of these. And so I'll go from white to having a solid background to having a white background. And I would end there. So hopefully this gives you, I know I focused a little more on blocks than I personally would have liked to, but hopefully this does give you a good idea of like how you can use blocks to build these things out. And these will be patterns that you just insert and you change out the content on them. So if there's any other like blocks that you know you're gonna want, let me know. I already have to build these that I didn't finish. And so I can create some more if you have some ideas of what you want to put in here. But like we can build out this whole landing page and have the choice.
Really good.
Yeah, we get to have the choice of like, are we going to do it manually? Or are we going to use posts to fill in the content? Like, do I want to have a title and a description above? Because they're going to be built in, but then if you don't want them, just delete them. You can also leave them empty. Like if you think you're going to add it later, you can leave the block there and just delete the text that's in it and it won't show up. And then, I'm going to go delete this. And then you get to the point where like you can just, this page could go on and on and on. There are reasons I don't recommend that you have a page that's too long, which is basically about site speed. But for the purpose of having a lot of content that people can just browse through, very helpful.
Can we see it on mobile?
Yes. Although I don't know that I optimized some of the newer blocks completely. Okay, so here it is on mobile. Let me switch it to 414, most common size. So we had already done this header, menu jobs below. We've got our scroll, but then now we have this H1 that goes to all recipes. These are our manual items here. These could go to categories. They could go to your about page. We've got this really big call to action. I don't know why there's so much spacing there, but I'll look into it. The categories that I love. I like these so much. And then, yeah, I have a lot of text in here. So there's a bunch of scroll right here, but you can do something shorter. These are your latest posts. Our bio. I have to look at why that's not. Can I do it right now? Do you guys mind?
Yep. Nope. Was it debating if I should even name drop? Was it Kimber of Penning Mama who said like removing sea of text is what's most important, just pulling readers in visually with like lots of little pops? Was that a discussion that happened? No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like something that got logged in my memory bank. But a lot of the text is there for SEO.
Yeah.
So you have to balance like helping pages rank and telling your users what you're about with like having that visual.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not like, a lot of this is very like it's photos. So if you think of like social media, there's a lot of videos now, so people are able to hear and get information faster. But we don't have that luxury on here.
Yeah.
There's our
that looks better.
Our top 3 recipes. I'm gonna just I really want this image to pull out and then be like half of the size it is right now.
Okay.
So that's what I want to work on, changing those. Our video section, left aligned. And then these are the testimonials.
Yeah. And then more posts.
Yep. And these, I feel like these post sections are just so easy to rotate through.
Yeah.
And we've
Will
like,
you
go ahead.
Show the query loop. Show how you can change things out again for Eden. I feel like that is just one of my favorite things. Sorry, I love it. It makes me happy. Like you can go on your homepage and you're like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. Just kidding, now it's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
2 clicks and I am done. This homepage block is ready to roll.
Yeah, so the query loop, very awesome. You'll have to select it in your list view. Come here and select list query loop. And then your block settings, they're going to have a bunch of options on the right-hand side. So like I can say that I want 8 posts to display instead of 4. I can come in here to filters and I can say that I only want you to show posts from this particular category. And then if you have some of our plugins, some of them are free, some of them are paid. We have additional options. Like we have the ability to say that you only want, for example, posts that come from any category except the one that's listed. So I could click exclude there. If I were using this inside of a post to say like, here are more recent appetizer recipes, I could say, make sure you exclude the current post so it doesn't get repeated. And then if you want to ignore basically all of these settings, you can come in here and say specifically which posts you want, and they'll show up in the order that you select them. One of these must be a draft because it's not showing. That one. So there's definitely like, you can see how much easier it is to change these things out to like this section versus if I am working on this one where I'm like, okay, I need to actually go in and pick the image that I want to use. And I have to decide what I'm going to call this.
Then you have to link everywhere.
ChatGPT writes this for Lauren because she has no creativity. And then she rewords it terribly.
Terrible? You don't want to leave it terrible?
Yeah, exactly. With the typos.
I love it too, Eden. She said, love that.
Yeah, I prefer
just so
like
nice.
There's definitely benefits to using manual content, like the fact that you can add in whole new keywords, that you can write exactly what you want to say, that if your post name is like super optimized, but you really just want to list it here as like easy chicken bake, like manual content is nice, but it's easier to do with the query loop.
The query loop is just so nice, especially when you're like building out category pages, which I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's just something really nice about that. We can
I know I
discuss
have
tomorrow.
category pages tomorrow, huh?
Yep.
Category pages. We probably won't build a lot of category pages tomorrow. We'll do some, but we'll talk a lot about how you do those.
Cool.
I had to delete this word because it was driving me crazy. This needs a spacer. Should I do that now or should we move on?
Do you guys want any other blocks? We have 45 minutes left for homepage. Is there anything else that you feel like is just integral for a homepage?
Well,
that we
did we
haven't
want to do a
covered?
non-blog homepage or leave? I can do that at some other time.
I think that needs to be future child theme offered later. Or even just something that we build for Julie.
But you don't need a different theme to do it.
No.
You just don't want me to do it live.
I just don't want you to. Okay. Do you guys want a different homepage? We have 45 minutes. Lauren thinks she can do it. Let's do it. Home inspections. Let's go. You're ready.
Wait, do we actually want to do this?
I don't know.
Well, does anyone else want to look at what a landing page would like a non-recipe site page would look like? Because if not, it doesn't have to be done during this live. We'll just do it another time.
We are waiting to hear from the people. Lauren is comfortable with about 30 seconds of silence. Everyone chime in. Do we stick with more blogging content and blocks, or do we want to make a landing page?
All right. If there's no response, we're going to make more blocks.
Someone's going to have an opinion. I'm sure of it.
I don't think so. I think you're sending
Laura
silence.
says landing page. Haha. She always has your back. Greens, landing page.
Excellent. This is great for me.
We're here for you. Oh, Eden said blogging.
Okay, I say we do blogging just because I think that there's a bigger use for that in general. And I could do just like a recorded video on the landing homepage. And I could also do that after we've gotten through more of the creation process so that like I can throw in things directly from patterns.
Yeah.
And just like put one together. And so I feel like that might be just more direct and helpful. So if we're going to do more blogging stuff, I was thinking that like we've gone over type of content on the homepage, like putting content on there, reusing blocks, being able to change and like adjust margins and stuff. So a lot of like block editing in order to get the homepage the way you want it. I can spend the next 45 minutes creating some more blocks, and they can either be creating what we've done before, or if you guys are just like feeling inspired, send me something and we'll make it.
Okay, while you guys are looking for inspiration, I'm throwing my wild and crazy idea out here. Lauren, are you nervous?
Always, whenever you start talking.
I know. I would like a landing page for a cookbook. What other blogging specific landing page could it be? Nope, just no. She says no. You're like, that's so many new blocks, Hannah. What's a different one that would be fun for y'all?
I mean, we can do it, but we have page templates on Wednesday.
Okay.
Which is going to have things like landing pages for cookbooks.
Fine. Ooh, Eden says she liked that cookbook call to action on the mood board.
Which one is it? Is it one of these? What did we have cookbook call to action? Can't zoom. Hey, remember when I tried to create this and it did not turn out the way we thought it would?
That was a fun one. Do you think it's the meal plan one down below?
I think it might be.
The weekly menu plan?
Or this one, I know that
A
Jessica.
bright yellow one. She says, I swear I saw a bright yellow one. What's this guy?
Bright yellow. There is this numbered bright yellow one.
What does he do? Boop, boop, boop.
He's like a step-by-step. He's like step 1, buy cookbook. Step 2, make recipes.
Love me.
Step 3, eat.
Buy more cookbooks.
Yeah.
Bright yellow. Scroll back out.
Scroll back out.
My face is so close.
I think that's the only bright yellow one we have right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if any of the images are really bright yellow.
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Ingredients.
What if we make a new one?
Yeah, go find a fun one.
So she's got this one on the dark background.
I was talking to her.
Did Isabel have a bright yellow one? Probably not.
Since I'm looking for it, maybe it was on a comment. It's possible.
It is possible. Jessica had left some comments, and was it Jessica? I think Jessica had left some comments, and I thought I had put them somewhere, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, I think this one. Okay, so Jessica had this, which was the large on the left and the smaller on the right, which I don't think I put anywhere just because of the fact that I knew I was going to build one like that already. Ah, this is the one. Okay.
Awesome.
So, cool. We can definitely do something like this. So, specifically, Jessica said she loved the shape of the cookbook call out. But the corners on that are so not going to fit the brand that we have. So I don't think I'm going to do those corners. However, we will try and make it look like our brand and look similar to this. So we'll put some text on the left, an image in the middle. The image will fall off of the top and the bottom. And then the right-hand side will have some text with the button. Okay, let's do it. We can make that. And I think we can make it starting with something we have. We have one that has a button already. So like this maybe. Okay, let's put it at the bottom. We don't want it to be full width, and we do want it to have some rounded corners to match a little bit. I think I just want it to stay flat. The lighter background, no icon. This is going to change to an image, and it needs to be portrait. So portrait, rounded corners, and drop shadow. And then we need another column that sits on the right-hand side. So this one goes over here.
Magic Hero.
My cookbook. I'm going to make that pretty in a second. It's so sad working in my small screen. Because I have to close these.
Yeah. Admit that you like my screen best. It's like just a toddler book. Everything is so big.
I will admit no such thing.
Oh, I have the
Thank
best
you
one.
very much.
It's also technically not mine. It's my husband's for video games, but I steal it daily for work.
Okay, so let's see where this gets us.
Ooh.
Almost there, but if you see, like the image is not coming out of here, so I'm gonna have to figure out why that's happening. I've got a couple options. One thing that is important to know is that you will this is to have those negative margins, it's gonna be a little finicky and you're gonna wanna keep your text short. If you have really long text here on the right-hand side, essentially, it just may not perform exactly as expected. And that's probably one of the reasons that like negative margins aren't natively supported by WordPress. We use them in very specific cases, and I probably wouldn't do something like this except for that you guys asked.
And it's so cute.
It is so cute. Did this not save? It didn't. Look at how sad that is. Did I say pixels? Yeah, that should be percent. Okay. Okay, so it's still not sitting outside of this, and I think maybe it's because I'm trying to have the column itself extend past, and I can't. However, I bet I can do it if I apply this directly to the image. Oh, I bet she's wrong. Let's see what we can do. It's because of how much padding there is on this. Perhaps. That's better.
Yep.
So at least we're getting it to stand out a little bit. I need this margin to be on the top and the bottom. Anytime I have a negative margin, I need to make sure that I give the container element additional margin to compensate for that. And so that's why I'm just adding margin at the top and the bottom, because we have a negative margin at the top and at the bottom. So I feel like we're already onto something. I'm going to round these corners a little bit more to make it a little more dramatic. I wonder if I should use a bright color for this background.
The appeal was yellow.
Well, I can't
You're
use
like,
yellow.
Hannah, I'm not discussing color theory with you again.
We're not changing any more colors. That's for sure.
Look, I'm just saying that I logged on today expecting the old pinks, and I got my pink.
You did.
So if Eden wants her yellow, she could get
it. You're giving me.
It's cute, but I'll admit that it's very disorienting that I can't like understand what it's going to look like in the back end.
Yeah.
Is that just because of like the editor and how everything is? And then what does it look like on mobile with all of this finagling?
Yeah, so we have to do mobile separately.
Okay.
And we have to, when I look at it, I'm also going to think about accessibility.
Okay.
So for example, like right now over here on the left, we have an H2 and we have another one on the right. One of those needs to be an H3. You probably are like not a header at all. And you might think that you want this one to not be a header. Like this one's just decorative, except that this one's actually like on mobile going to appear at the top. My cookbook will be above the image and the text. So it'd be more helpful for my cookbook to be a header and then for this one to be decorative or to be an H3. So like when I'm designing these blocks, that's what I'm thinking of. If you edit the blocks and you start rearranging stuff or changing the heading level because you want it to visually look different, then I don't really have control anymore. And like technically it could be like not accessible, but I feel like accessibility is something that I worry about and I do everything in my power to make sure that it's set up correctly. And then like life happens and that's okay. That's kind of like my thought on accessibility. Like if everyone knew everything about it, that'd be great, but
it's one of the selling points of working with you, of grabbing your theme, is that you are thinking about all of this with a ton of expertise in so many different areas other than just what looks good.
But speaking of what looks good,
I
we got to figure out what we're going to do.
think nix a title on the right altogether. Paragraph button.
You think so?
You're like, that doesn't look good, Hannah.
No, I mean, I think that could work, but I think people might want both. I mean, I think it looks good. I just think they might want both. And it's
Yeah.
better to have it.
Have it and not need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because also I was planning on styling the My Cookbook on the left, not leaving it like that, but giving it like its own sort of outline in some way. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
So then it might kind of look.
Eden says this is so informative. That is any conversation with Lauren. So informative. The best is when she's like, there are so many compromises here. I'm actually having 14 conversations in my head about the one question that you asked me, and I'm trying to answer it as succinctly as possible.
Yeah.
And then there's me, and I'm so impatient. I'm like, but can you just give me a yes, no?
I can't actually. I'm physically incapable of that.
Life is
Okay.
fine for me.
Before we do this section on the right, I want to try something I think might look weird, but I want to try and have this title like overlap both. I'm not sure how we're going to feel about it, but I still want to try it.
I'm excited.
Okay, let me just look at what it turned out like. Okay, I do need it to be larger, it turns out. Okay, and then what happens if I don't need this group? Oh, we should do it in a group. Copy styles, paste styles, reset styles. Don't worry about these things I'm doing. They are not important.
We are all watching your every click.
Yes, I'm sure. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Why can I not get it to be on top margin? See index 9. And if I give it a background color. Oh, I'm unhappy with the results so far.
I feel as though we've assigned you homework again. I hope you find it, the result you want. Oh, hi, Jessica.
Jessica made it.
She said, my kid's indoor soccer tournament went long. Sob face. And they lost. Oh, missed being here today. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I've decided that I hate it. Are we surprised?
At least you came in on a high note, Jessica.
Like, I thought we'd have layers and it would look good, but I don't like it at all. I think we need to just do the circle. Or like...
Give it a different color. That's probably too much, I know. But like, to me, the gray, maybe if it's a different color and it stood out differently, it wouldn't feel so. Of course you want pink.
Well, what other color you want me to do? Black?
I don't know.
Do a different color, but I can't give you any suggestions. It's got to be the pink. And
I'm just so thankful that you can't see my face.
Should I watch the replay and just be like, this is what she's been doing to me the whole time?
Well, there are times when you start stuff and it just like goes awry, and I trust the process. I trust you through and through, but
are you
my
reassuring
face does
me
not
or are
say
you
that.
reassuring you?
I'm reassuring myself. I think it looks fine. I think it looks good. What do you guys think? Does it need more? Something different? Jessica, I think this is your cookbook call to action.
Yeah, Jessica, it is. This is what we're working with, and we're trying to brand it similar to our vibe. So,
I
started
told her
yellow.
just make it yellow.
I'm not making it yellow. It has to be on brand with the current color scheme. There is no yellow to choose from. I will change the entire site to yellow. Then you'll
No,
really
thank you.
regret your life choices.
No. We're good. We're good. I think he's good enough. Nope,
He's good
you got to
enough.
tweak more.
Oh yeah, of course I have to tweak more.
Well,
Like
you
he's good
guys,
enough, but he's also never good enough.
if you distract her with a new block, maybe she'll forget to tweak things.
We
Jessica
haven't even done this
says-
on mobile yet, guys. Like
Oh yeah.
we are full on in like new block territory. We didn't work with something that Lauren had started already.
Gotcha. Eden said maybe a shadow under the My Cookbook ribbon. It looks like a ribbon to me.
I added a shadow. Do we need it to be deeper?
She said it a minute ago. So
yeah, when she
probably before you
was
said
like,
that.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then Jessica says I like the pink, honestly. It pops nicely. So I think you just gotta check mobile. After you touch everything. Clicking.
Yeah, exactly. After I touch everything. Okay. Guys, are you ready for mobile? Because let's go. Let's see it. It's gonna be bad. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Same.
I thought it would be worse. So I definitely have to fix this. The top margin actually works kind of well, having this ribbon overlaid on it.
Yeah.
But then we just have to fix this. Honestly, I thought it was going to be so much worse.
I mean, I love it. Jessica says not bad. And then she says the title is hard to read, which, yeah. Totally fixable.
Which title? My Cookbook being?
The Chocolate Bear Claw, I'm pretty sure is what she means.
Oh, do I need to make it bigger again? I made it smaller.
On mobile, it just like the way that it's on top of the image,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to fix that.
That's what you meant, right, Jessica? Yeah, I think it's... I'm pretty sure I'm a mind reader. Yes, on mobile.
Okay, looks the same on desktop. On mobile, we have this kind of overlay. We got to change that a little. But the title spacing looks fine now.
Yep.
This one is going to have to get border radius smaller. Whoa.
I would like to refer to Exhibit A, brand guideline. I actually wanted to ask it earlier, and I was scared you were going to say that to me, so I'm glad you did that for me.
Yeah, no.
We got our first real yes. Yes! It is spelled like I'm saying it. It's great. Thank you, Jessica.
You have made her day a little bit too much.
So happy right now.
I'm still working on this.
Someone send a new block. She can't stop.
I can't stop. Okay, I'm gonna this is a compromise. I'm happy with this.
Lauren.
Enough. I'm happy enough with this.
She says must have been rough before I got here.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't love it, but it's all right. Like, I feel like we've accomplished some pieces of it. We've got the bright background, we've got the image that really pops. I don't like this title. Like, I'm gonna redo it probably.
Okay,
And then
let's look
over
at
here, like, this is just plain. It's probably gonna get something. It needs some pizzazz.
you are always looking for the next little bit of pizzazz. Can we look
It
at the full
needs
homepage of everything that we've built? Get Jessica up to speed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Jessica, we redid some of the fonts and obviously the bright pink, we changed that. And then we went through and used the blocks that we created to build out a home page. And we talked details of some of that stuff, but we have this new section that's manual content. It doesn't link anywhere right now, but these images would be linked. We've got to subscribe with our little poll image. Browse by category. It's got these little lines that we're going to make darker. We have to work on that. We're going to make those darker. And then we didn't specify what kind of post would be here, but these would be posts that get pulled in. Our bio, which now includes the scene on inside of the bio. So we still have the original as seen on that's like full width that could be used on a landing page, but for our bio, it seemed relevant to put it in here. Our top 3 recipes is being worked on. This one, I had
A cease and
opinions.
desist.
Yeah, I had opinions and I was like, I gotta work on this later. Because I want these to pull out and be like half the size or like half the width, but like a quarter of their current size. And so these will have manual content so you can customize the title, the description, and the actual like link text. So relevant note here, which I didn't say earlier, when you're linking this information, instead of just having it be like get the recipe, which does look really cute, but if you can actually put like try the best carrot cake ever or something like that, like having that as the text that goes to your post is helpful. So it'd be a benefit of doing it manually. We've got just a video block that's pretty simple, but has a nice large video. We embedded YouTube, but you could do any sort of video embed here. We did change this. I showed how you can remove the background colors and just like, I changed this background from white to tan to very like, we wanted this to be, have the alternation. Featured posts here, some more featured posts, and then that's when we started working on this cookbook.
Okay, Jessica says my cookbook in a fun font. She's still trying to help you out with this last block.
I'm here for it. Unless I don't have to be here for it, Hannah. If you have another block you want me to move on to, like I'm gonna play with this.
No, I'm open to whatever. Whatever the people want. Jessica has spoken, so tell someone else.
Okay.
There's ideas out.
I'm gonna clone that so that if we make it worse, we have the original. So I just duplicated that block. That's all I've done. I'm gonna remove the negative margins from this. And then we're gonna figure out what we want to do here. Can't do it from there. 100%. But we have this handy dandy class called isSquare to force it to be square. Of course, now it's a little sad, but let's see what a little sad looks like on desktop. Oh, a little sad looks really sad on desktop. Let's work on you.
Ooh.
It's getting somewhere. It's too wide because I think it uses the entire column. And I feel like the way it breaks where it has like my cookbook, it's just like, this is too short and this is too long. So I personally would customize the words here.
Yeah. Jessica says, what about the cursive-ish font at the top for my cookbook? That looked better than get the cookbook.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. She's clicking everything again.
Oh, I just turn all these on because they're not on by default. Makes me a little bit crazy. Do I want it to be bigger? I want the circle to be smaller at this point. So in order to make the circle smaller, probably would put this inside of another group. Row, center. Let's see what happens on a larger screen. Absolutely nothing. What if I force a line break? Okay, well
I
now
agree,
it looks even more
Jessica.
silly.
Circle goes well with the other round images on the page. Combine soft circles with rounded edge squares.
I wonder if we should make this hard corners again, though, if we're using this.
Maybe.
I'm going to make this font larger again and see. It's way too big. Undo.
I didn't think it was too big.
You liked it better that way? I'm thinking that I make the column smaller. I remove the manual line break. I make the column smaller to force the circle to be smaller. And then I can't decide if I want to do some negative margins on it or not. Like maybe I pull it into the image. Only on desktop.
Jessica says me either. Like? She says click the back button and move on.
Wait, so she likes this?
No, the bigger circle. Just click back.
I did do the back button to get there. Yeah. Oh, so we're just done. This looks good.
Are we done, guys? If you're giving me input, I'm trusting you.
You're so annoying.
I know. Crickets, guys. I've got nothing.
Well, you have to give them like a full 20 seconds.
Jessica said great with 2 exclamation points. Eden says center the circle. She actually said it with little devil horns. I enjoy your use of emoji.
Did I mess this up again? Yes. We're getting there. Hold. Center the circle. Yeah?
I
think it's fun.
Yep.
Can I just look at it real quick if we take the rounded edges off of this?
Yes.
Just real quick.
Yep.
Oops, wrong way. Nope, we're going back. Okay. That's fun.
And please.
I feel like my button. Oh yeah, my button definitely needs a shadow.
Eden says I like it. Christopher says I like it. Jessica says so fun.
So fun. Hooray. Made this one on the fly.
Mm-hmm. All right, how's it on mobile?
We can always fix it later.
I missed the ribbon on mobile.
Or like negative margin. I wonder if I didn't. I bet we could get away with negative margin. You wouldn't be able to tell that it's happening on desktop, but it would look nice on mobile. Okay, try it on here. Margin top 50 negative. Bottom more. Okay, I feel like that at least like makes it look, I don't love it, but it's a little better and you can't tell anything different on desktop.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's no way for me to have it be a circle on desktop and not on mobile. So this would just have to be a compromise. The only other thing I could do is I could change it so that it's at least like left aligned, but you would notice that on desktop. I could possibly like tweak that a little bit.
Can we see it?
Yeah. So let's look at it first on mobile. I mean, I think I like that a little bit more. I would probably even add more. Oh, I couldn't do more negative margin on the bottom. Hold. Oh, goodness gracious. What does this look like?
I like
Okay,
that.
I think I like this. But you can see that
Stands
it's
out
left
more on the side,
here.
Jessica says. Eden says, yeah, that's cute on mobile.
But you can see that it's not centered here. So now, so here's what I could do. I could make it so that the column width is really close to this circle, so you can't really tell that it's not centered. However, in doing that, if you change, like you'll be limited in how long your word can be here. So if you try and make a longer word, it won't fit and it'll break onto a new line. So that's kind of like where the compromise is here. So I have this set to 20%. Like, let's say I change it to 16. It looks nicer. You can't tell quite as much that it's not centered, but I'm just going to make this not a real word. You can't fit extra letters in there now.
Jessica says call out shouldn't be long anyway. We're all very happy with an 8-character limit. Just tell us what to do.
You.
Yeah, I was running through all of the different words in my brain that are longer than 8 letters that would go there.
Someone will do it, or they'll want like a bigger font.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say refer to Feature Fest Day 4.
Yeah, watch video, suffer.
The people have spoken.
Yeah, you should have attended live, then you would have gotten a say.
Yeah.
Okay, I say we wrap it up. This one was really fun. I'm going to delete this upper one and we'll just keep this lower one. It definitely looks really cute.
Yep.
And then tomorrow, just to give you guys a heads up, I was going to open up the page, but I don't have it. Tomorrow is going to be category pages. So it's not going to look like this where we've been doing a lot of blocks as much. It'll look more like talking about how you create, how you use like the site editor to create different types of templates.
It's
so
mind-blowing and it's awesome and it'll make your world once you get it.
We'll probably talk about like boring technical stuff too, like SEO recommendations for redirects.
Ooh.
Get excited or watch the replay. Actually, someone has to show up for the live because that topic is way too like you have to have questions for it. So if no one shows up for the live on that, it'll probably just be like a really short, like, here's how you kind of do this.
Because without questions, categories, they're just so important. Laura says, woohoo. Jessica says, awesome. I'm excited. Eden says she'll be here.
Okay.
Categories are a big deal. And with how your site editor works and with all the fun blocks we've made. Yeah. They're kind of genius with this theme.
It is like, in my opinion, one of the best parts of using block themes. Yeah. Is the ability to do category pages like this. So I think it'll be good.
Cool.
Hooray. Well, I don't know how to stop screen sharing now. So just tell me when we're no longer live.
Well, thank you guys for coming here on a Saturday. Jessica, thanks for coming after your kid's soccer game. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.